Abusha ha Tvghana so said they no buy channel no so what is over like it now share stories no so Eddie Amaye now TV so I will leave a comment or comment section no as I see here John Dramani Mahamani NDC buying it me SK the Chief Justice on Abusha. I said there has been so many conversations from different media houses are more reported claiming say omanya document of the committee's reports in Ibia Busian since an aboni ama mi ye ya omugina so edi no ababeto dwana Busian utiti nsem na kasa ohwa nka nsem no say so 2 kwan bi no the omani sika wo 2 kwan no or the yire sorry new kunu ne mma bi edi na chi ni a there are a whole lot of issues bia me personally I don't think senka we and your politics pa ni yeah my being say be my mena this is not even a ground for crassy DUB because they have people here near Macromo, you know, as from Besto now there are people walking around, but it is what it is. And Black Rasta there is more to the story than what is in the media. And for so many report. No? There is a hidden truth, hidden secret to be over and also or brain watch it one some episode or no ebro have Tvghana. So na message of me aje brain wakakutie or also the story the side of the explanation of how no fan so omayima amenefi honi implications as a country abusua dibrani kutin some we acha comment section as.
Who is this CJ we are talking about? Chief Justice Tokonu. She was not the only woman Chief Justice we ever had, but she's the only sitting Chief Justice who has been removed by the powers of the land legally. In fact, it's a beautiful way of saying the only one who has been sacked. This is the woman. My brother, my sister, a gentleman decided that this woman had been unfair to him and was able to bring so many allegations, which we will call sins, of this woman, and petitioned the President of the Republic of Ghana. My brother, my sister, one Mr. Ofori. And this Mr. Ofori is the man whose photograph you see here. He started business at the age of 15. It wasn't just any business. It was neither a kerewele business or, in fact, shoe shine business. He had a whole apparel business known as Whitechapel. And when we say apparel, what do we mean? We mean clothing, shoes, shirts, trousers, and so on and so forth. This guy here, that's his name. And he started it at the age of 15. He rose all the way up to the CEO. And then after some time, he decided to step down as the boss of Whitechapel. Every Ghanaian knows Whitechapel. And then he went ahead to establish other businesses. If a man can start a business at age 15, grow it to become a national treasure, then you must be scared of such a person's business acumen. This is Uncle Ofori. Uncle Ofori had some cases, and he felt that the CJ, Madam Tokonu, had not treated him fairly. And for that matter, something had to be done. He petitioned the president that this woman would have to be sacked. And as Ghanaians would say, like joke, the Chief Justice is out. Now let us look at some of the allegations which we call the sins of CJ Tokonu as published by Ghana Web. My brother, my sister. Now the sins of sacked Chief Justice Tokonu. Run it. Watch this. It's lengthy, but we're going to make it short. President John Dramani Mahama sacked Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu on Monday, September 1, 2025, hours after he received the report of the 5-member committee he set up in accordance with the 1992 Constitution of Ghana to probe 3 petitions he received for her removal. Now, the government, through the Minister of Government Communications, Felix Kwachofosu, has stated that although Justice Tokonu had been informed of the reasons for her removal, Article 146 of the Constitution prohibits public disclosure of the committee's proceedings. Nevertheless, Justice Tokonu, while in office, took some unpopular decisions which many believe were her undoing, and eventually led to her losing her job. Now, some of these actions of the former Chief Justice were cited in the report of one of the three petitions, the petition of Daniel Ofori, which was submitted to President Mahama. And that's Daniel Ofori we talked about a few seconds ago. Now, the actions led to wild criticisms of Gertrude Tokonu, with a section of the public accusing her of interfering in cases such as reconstituting the panel of judges, presiding over some court cases which constitute state misbehavior and warrant removal. She was also accused of financial misappropriation, questionable judgment, and questionable administrative decisions. And these are some of the things. Financial misconduct. Now dash it away and come here. Watch this. Now, there are so many reasons this woman could have been removed. Apart from all the technical ones. Oh, reconstituting panels. Oh, changing this person from this, putting this person there. Including things that she herself initially went against in her ruling. But we're going to be telling you the hidden reason Mahama decided to kick this woman out. Now, a 5-panel committee was put up. Their report is not supposed to be made public. But of course, we already know the allegations. In fact, some of the members voted against some of the allegations, one or two, but one stood out clearly. Financial misappropriation. My brother, my sister, there was a case where Nana Akufo-Addo, his government, was looking for some financial benefits for their spouses. My brother, my sister, as a president, as my vice, and some other such people, in fact, we would like to have some benefit for our spouses. For instance, if you are in the position of the Chief Justice, you can fly around the country, fly around the world, in fact, recreationally, when you are on leave, and the state will pay for it. But when Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, during his tenure as president, was pushing for this, it went to court, and the CJ, Madam Tokonu, stood against it and said, no, the nation must not pay for the spouses of these office holders. The president, the Speaker of Parliament, and at the same time, the CJ. But look at what Madam Tokonu did. Bring back that story. She flew her husband to Tanzania, where they went on a romantic journey, and the state paid for the husband and paid per diem, my brother, my sister, sometimes up to the tune of 30,000 American dollars just for chilling. She also flew her own daughter out of the nation, sponsored by the nation. And when they approached her with the facts, in your own ruling against Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who was so full of himself and was looking for some kind of salary, some kind of financial emoluments for himself, as he got it already, and his wife. In other words, what Nana Akufo-Addo wanted to do, if I'm traveling outside the country, the nation should pay for me for my recreation, my vacation. It should also pay for my wife, because my wife is part of it. Remember when Bawumia wanted a salary for his wife, Samira Bawumia, and the whole of Ghana went crazy. Remember when PLO Lumumba, the Pan-Africanist that I admire so much, said that he started to lose interest in Nana Akufo-Addo when he started asking for salary for his wife. He disgraced us. But it was Madame Tokono who stood firm on her 2 feet and said, Lala, never. It's for you and not for your spouses. And it sued. And we all loved her. Nana Akufo-Addo put her in place as the CJ. It was during his regime that she became one, true or false. And she was able to stand firm and say, no, you can't have that. But when it came to her, she forgot everything. She made the state pay for her husband, the state pay for her daughter, and they flew around the world merrymaking. Bring that thing again. You see how much money was spent on the back of the poor Ghanaian. Financial misconduct. Now, one of the main grounds for the removal of the Chief Justice in Daniel Ofori's petition was alleged financial misappropriation against her. Now, Justice Tokono was accused of making illegal payments to her 2 immediate family members, her husband, Francis Kofi Tokono, and their daughter, Sarah Edem Amega Tokono, for a trip. Now listen, watch this. The sacked Chief Justice reportedly spent nearly 260,000 on business class air tickets and approximately 30,000 American dollars in per diem allowances for her family during the trip. My brother, my sister, that's what she did. An audit report on the Judicial Service found that both the Chief Justice and her predecessor, Justice Enin Yabua, misused public funds to sponsor luxury family trips, sidelining official security arrangements. Listen to this. So this woman here and her predecessor, the one who came before her, called Justice Enin Yabua, they milked the nation, flying around the world luxuriously. You know what it means to say luxurious flying? It's more than just business class. You are chilling like a party animal. That's what they were doing with our money. It was alleged that Justice Tokono took her husband on a trip to Tanzania, incurring flight costs exceeding 75,000 Ghana cedis, and received 14,000 American dollars in accountable interest for the trip, which she has yet to refund. In another trip to the United States, Justice Tokono's daughter allegedly had her ticket upgraded with a total cost of 109,482 for the trip and a per diem of 10,000 American dollars. My brother, you were the same person who said that, you know what? The benefits are for you alone. When you are traveling like that on vacation, it's for you alone. The nation would pay for you. You draw your daughter in, push the nation to pay for that, whilst you denied other people. Now, Mahama is not happy about this. You know why? Because apart from the CJ, 2 other people are supposed to be having the same kind of benefits. The president himself and the Speaker of Parliament. Remember, Mahama started flying around the world, in fact, in commercial flights. Not flying with his wife, not flying with any member of his family. And if he's abiding by this, and the CJ, who is not bigger than the president, can have such exorbitant journeys and vacations, he's angry. The fight against corruption. The CJ is a pivotal figure in the fight against corruption. Now, if you can make a judgment and say that A, B, C, D are not entitled to financial emoluments for vacations, except those who are in office alone, and you go behind and do this, Mahama is mad about it. Now, Mahama has also suffered when it comes to the judiciary. Remember the election that many people believed was stolen from the loins of Mahama. Nana Akufo-Addo's second coming. All these things, Mahama has vowed to himself, sometimes even publicly, that he will rid the judiciary of the rats. The rats and cockroaches like Tokonu and Eniyaboa. If there's any reason, my brother, my sister, this is the reason that has hit Mahama most. Whilst I fly to Japan and sit down for 22 hours to catch a train to the next city, Tokonu was flying with her family and enjoying on the bare back of the average Ghanaian. My brother, my sister, helicopter crash, 8 people in one small helicopter. They crashed and died when the Chief Justice was busily enjoying super first class treatments and blowing money on the back of Ghana. As for the other reasons, oh, move this judge here, oh, give this decision, she was in bed with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, especially with the gay issues and such issues, intentionally delaying some of the judgments so that we can all boldly say that that statement is correct. What statement am I talking about? Justice delayed is justice denied. Is the black pot. So, Madam Tokonu, bring her here. Madam Gertrude Tokonu. I hear she's all the way from Gomoa. She's a fancy woman. Bye-bye. I am happy that this happened to you. Next time, we would have serious people who respect the laws of this country. I am glad that it happened under your skin. Now, this is not the end of it all. There was a guy called Mr. Baden. Baden. Francis Baden. This is the guy. He worked as the Deputy ICT Director of the Judicial Service. For some reason, he was kicked out of the position, and she organized a committee, put them up together, and they sat on this issue, and the recommendation was that this gentleman should be restored to his position. Madam Tokonu sat against the committee's decision. She was bigger than the committee, and still transferred this guy to the north and took out his position for him without restoring him. This is the guy. Francis Baden. So she would put up a committee. Oh, you decide. Committee decides. Brings the report. And then she would throw the report away and take her own decision. Abuse of power. My brother, my sister, dash him out. I'm sure all those people who suffered under her are now heaving a sigh of relief. Arbitrarily changing judges, picking them up from one side to the other, but all these ones are technical. The main reason, and it has been revealed, Mahama got mad and angry, is the fact that whilst we are forcing ourselves to keep the economy intact and make things happen, some people were busily abusing their office and flying around exorbitantly. And again, they did not seem to have the nation at heart in terms of the justice system. is the black pot, aka Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power.